If you've ever Googled what does a product manager actually do and then come away even more confused than when you started, well, you're not alone. There seem to be thousands of videos on this topic. Some say that a product manager is the CEO of a product, and then others say it's basically a glorified backlog manager. And then there are organizations that say that a product manager and a product owner are completely separate roles, while others just blend the two into one. It is no wonder it's confusing. So, in the next 5 minutes, what I want to do is to take away all those buzzwords and tell you the truth of what it actually involves to be a product manager from someone who's been there for over a decade delivering products. And hopefully, this will help you understand what the role really does. And if you're interested in doing it as a career, to work out whether it's the right career path for you. Let's start with understanding why product management even exists in the first place. Because originally it actually came from product marketing of consumer goods. The idea was that someone inside an organization selling physical products needs to really understand the market, understand the consumer, what they're looking for when they go into a store, what they're trying to purchase, and therefore really understand what their needs are, what they're likely to buy, and make decisions about the product as a result. Then, when software became more complex and companies started being able to make more and more products themselves, and often lots of connected products, the role of a product manager became even more important in that industry because someone needed to really own the view of three key things. Why should we build this? Who is it for? And how do we know it's working? That's it. Everything else flows from that. Now, personally, I didn't start as a product manager. I come from a delivery and agile background. I was working as a scrum master or a delivery manager, really often working as part of a consultancy, working for clients, helping make sure that we build whatever product we're doing in the right way. And over time, I moved more into agile coaching and then increasingly helping understand what is it that we actually want to deliver in the first place? Why do we want to do it? So that we could build the right thing. That's where product management really clicked for me. I realized that I was most interested in shaping why are we building this thing and what do we want to create. And since then, I've had roles such as a product manager or a product owner, and often they've been a blurry blend of the two. And my experience is that people come into product management roles from various different disciplines. Sometimes they come from a delivery background like myself. Other times they might have come from a specific discipline. Say they're a software engineer who has decided to go up to more of that control of what we're building. Or other times they've come from the market, from the industry, and they represent a SME of some kind. But one way or another, they are all aligned on the same set of principles. At the heart of product management is bringing together different perspectives and making trade-offs. I like to think of it as a Venn diagram, so let me draw it out for you. Desirability, viability, and feasibility. Desirability asks, is this something users actually want? It's informed by UX, research, and customer conversations. Viability asks, is it worth it for the business? This is informed by value, the cost, the business case, the strategy. And feasibility is, can we build and operate this well? And that's informed by technology teams, architecture, quality, for instance. A product manager lives in those overlaps, and they're constantly having discussions about all three and making calls when there are conflicts. Right, now we've got rid of my terrible writing, let's zoom out a little bit further. A huge part of the role is making trade-offs between building the right thing, building the thing right, and building it fast. And you'll hear different voices, designers and users pushing for the perfect experience, engineers advocating for long-term quality, and leaders asking about cost, speed, and return on investment. And you rarely get all three perfectly. Great product managers don't avoid this tension. They actively step into it. They ask better questions. They look at the actual data and they talk to customers. And their role is to help teams align. And that's why I don't also get too hung up on terms like product manager or product owner. The people that are great in these kind of product roles are the ones that step into the ambiguity. They help try to solve the right problem at that right time, whatever the team needs. And so, in theory, a product manager might be closer to a vision and a strategy for a product, and a product owner might be closer to the day to day of the team and the specifics of what they're delivering. But in reality, often your job as a product manager is to try and help align the team on, are we building the right thing and are we building it in the right way? And so the one thing that most people find surprising is the role is primarily about people. You're a bridge between delivery teams and the wider business, between strategy and execution, and between insight and action. So yes, you might be spending time looking at dashboards, you might track outcomes or usage or value, but your real job is about bringing people along the journey to help them understand where to focus, what's going to drive the best outcomes, and how do we do that in a world where everything is constantly changing. So, should you consider a role in product management? Well, in my view, if you enjoy ambiguity, are curious and like learning constantly, care about real impact, not just output, like working with people and data, and enjoy seeing something tangible land in users' hands, then product management can be an incredibly rewarding and challenging career. If this video helped you understand more about what a product manager actually does, then please give this video a like, as it really helps the channel. And if you are curious about getting into product, then make sure you subscribe to the channel too, as I share loads of experiences that I've had in product management, but also tips on how you can change the way that you work in this new world of AI. And I try lots of different tools to help me day to day, and I'm sharing my experiences here. So if that sounds of interest, make sure you subscribe and follow along for the journey. In the meantime, good luck, and I'll see you on another video soon.